Hello, welcome back to the channel once again. Today, this weekend, we're going to be tackling all this grass and stuff that I've been talking about for quite a few videos. I got a tip from one of the subscribers on some stuff that they use. And they said it's really does a good job. So my problem has been I've been buying almost the same stuff. I go back and forth between a couple different brands, and no matter what I do, within like a few weeks at the most, it starts coming back. So this year I haven't done anything to it because of that. Haven't had time, and then it just feels like a losing battle. Well, now you can see it's really overtaken everything. This is just one area. I can show you the whole driveway. So this weekend I'm going to try getting as much done on that as I can. Today is not supposed to be too bad temperature wise, but tomorrow it's supposed to be around 90. I don't know about today, I haven't checked. So hopefully I can get it all done in a timely manner and it not take all weekend. So I got several other things that I want to do around here, small jobs. My roof that I just completed, I left one pinhole open that was exposed to the water, and sure enough it dripped water down inside the porch area. So I got to get up there and fix that. It won't take too long. It's just one of those little things I got to keep doing. So first I'm going to get the backhoe attachment on the tractor so the neighbor can borrow it. He's wanting to borrow it. So get that done, get the weed eating done around it so I can get to it, and then we'll start tackling all this grass and weeds and stuff in the driveway. I forgot to take the back part of my box blade off, so I got to do that first. Okay, we're off to a real banging start here. I didn't get any of what just happened on film, but just got through working in about 45 minutes or so. I'll just run through you real quick what happened. Remember where the backhoe attachment was sitting? Well, when I took it off the tractor last fall or whenever it was, you're supposed to chalk it so it stays off the ground, because the in and out hydraulic hoses, they're not very long at all, and the front end I forgot to chalk, so it sunk all the way down to the ground. So when I backed the tractor up, the two hoses height-wise were like that far apart, and lengthwise. So that wasn't good. So I needed to raise the backhoe up. So I was going to jack it up with the jack, and I thought, no, that's not going to work because it's on an incline. It's sitting on like a hill. It's like crooked like that. So I hooked a strap up to my loader bucket, raised it up. As soon as I took pressure off, it came off the ground where it was already heading downhill. It just that way. So we finally, I got Robin to come out and help me, and then my neighbor came down with his buddy that was going to be driving the backhoe, and we all worked, and we finally got it on there. It's getting ready to send them off, and my neighbor said, hey, this hose is leaking. The top hose is leaking where there's two nuts, the hose nut and the nut on the slip connector, I guess you can say, is leaking right there. So it was kind of loose, so I tightened it up. Still leaking. So there must be a seal or something in there that's come loose. The bad part is, wouldn't even worry about it, but even to use it, I just been running it down here. I went ahead and parked it. so we can keep cutting grass with it, because our other mower is down. It is leaking still. It's not as bad because you're not trying to use the backhoe attachment, but that keeps a loop in your hydraulic hose, so you have to have them plugged together. So it is still leaking. So it may have been leaking for quite a while, and the only thing we've been using is the loader bucket, and that is not very often. So it's probably low on hydraulic fluid. I haven't checked or anything. So it's not something I will be able to fix. I know it's not. So we'll have to call John Deere and get them to come out and fix it. They've had to work on it. They've had to work on one of the hoses before. I haven't asked Robin. I was trying to think what they did, but I don't remember. But I mean, if it's not one thing, it's another, right? So I'm gonna go up and talk to Robin for a minute about it, and then I'm gonna continue with my hopefully grass killing, weed killing. All right, I just wanted to show you real quick what I was talking about. Where this hose is leaking is there's a nut right here underneath the cloth to the hydraulic hose, and this nut here on the fitting. So I put a wrench on these two, and I was able to turn it like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 turns, and tighten it up. But it's still leaked. It's leaking right around here where my fingernail's at. So I'm thinking a seal broken in the connector. I may take it apart here in a little while, but and see if I can fix it. But I'm probably going to have to call the John Deere to come fix it. Luckily, we're only about 20 minutes from them, something like that. But we'll have to call and get a price first. All right, on to the grass. Okay, I'm gonna try a little experiment. I weeded it down closer to the gravel from here on over. Stopped right about here. Now I'm gonna leave that the way it was. And I'm gonna spray this side and then spray that side. The cutoff is kind of like here at the edge of at the post on the lean-to right here, so I'll be able to keep track of that. See if it makes a difference on how quick it kills the grass, or hopefully it kills the grass. I had a lot to do this morning, but it's warming up pretty good and the sun's starting to hit. The sun's gonna, about another 30 minutes, this is all gonna be in the sun. So the sun's already over there. So we'll see what happens. Coming to take a break, concerned about my Romeo. I believe he's doing okay. Dog life. All right, everybody. It has been about 7 hours. It's been at least 7 hours since I sprayed. I'm not sure how long it's supposed to take. I know the stuff I've used before, it seems like within a few hours you can see a difference. The problem was, never lasted long. Everything would always come right back. This is the part that I weed eated first. Remember my experiment? It does look a little like it's doing a little bit of something along the lines of dying. This over here is the part I did not weed eat. It doesn't look much different. A little bit. I'm just going to have to give it more time, I guess. I got a little section right there that's starting to turn brown. There's like spots. I mean, I wetted it down, I thought, pretty good. It's about 6 o'clock at night right now. So I'm going to do a little bit more spraying. I don't know how good it's going to do because the grass is going to dew overnight, get dew on it. But I'll see if I can get some on there. But if I'm not going to see much of a difference in this kind where I'm not weed eating it down, see, like this one here, I did not weed eat. It kind of looks like it's wilting down a little bit, but I don't know. So maybe I just have to give it more time. Now this here that I sprayed, it is starting to turn brown a little bit, it seems. Now I sprayed this over here. It's gotten totally out of control over here. I sprayed all this, just doused it. And how long it's going to take, I don't know. So we'll give it another day, see what happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and I mixed up another batch here. See, I didn't have a measuring cup the first time to measure out the ounces I'm supposed to add to my 2 gallons of water. It says 5.5 ounces, 2.5 ounces per gallon. So I went ahead and put 6 ounces in this time. No, I mean I've got a measuring cup. Sorry, I went and bought a measuring cup, and it's definitely got 6 ounces mixed in with this 2 gallons of water this time. So that could be it. Maybe I didn't have enough. I had to kind of guess at it with the numbers it shows on the bottle. So maybe that's it. I don't know. So far, first thing I want to say is I think I found something that I hate to do more than painting. I hate to paint. Well, I hate painting, I hate plumbing work, Now I hate weed spraying, grass killer spraying. Pretty boring. We'll see how that does. Of course, it's going to be dark in a little while, so I don't know how the nighttime is going to. I always spray when the sun is up, when the sun is bright. That's usually when I spray it, which it was when I sprayed this behind the camera today. So we'll just give it some more time. I'm kind of one of those microwave society people. I want it now. Good morning, everybody. Really beautiful day this morning. It is supposed to get up around 90, but the humidity is a little bit lower. It's warm, don't get me wrong, but I compare it to the way it has been. What you're looking at here is 2.5 yards, about 2.5 yards, about 4 inches thick of free concrete. Robin, when she used to be involved in concrete, she said it's about $275, $300, something like that, worth of concrete. How we got it for free? It's funny how things work out, huh? Our neighbor down here put a new trailer in, and they were pouring the footers. There's a concrete guy down there, an old concrete truck, and they lost money, I think. Well, I know they did. This is what was left over, and if you know how to do concrete, there's no way you should have that much left over. So he needs to dump it out, because you can only keep it in the trucks for so long, even if it's spinning, before it's going to set up. So he needs to clean his truck out every time he gets through with a load. So he was wanting to know where he can dump it, and Robin just happened to be down there, and she said, yeah, I got a place. Well, this is our area where we put our gravel. Also, in the winter, this past winter, I had my van parked down here because it was so icy, there's no way I can get up all the way up to the house. So I was parking my van down here, scooting my way down here on foot every morning at 5:30 and going to work. And my van got stuck here. So when the ground was frozen and then it started thawing, and then it turns into mud. So anyway, we just had them poured on the ground. I wasn't here, I was at work, and she was going to smooth it out, but where she's gotten older, she couldn't do it anymore. She realized real quick she wasn't going to be able to do it. But it's still, this is going to serve two purposes for the future. When we park the vehicles down here in the wintertime, if we need to, there's going to be somewhere solid. Now, the other thing is, when we get our gravel, we can just have them dump it on that concrete, because when you dump it on the ground like that old pile over there is, eventually when you get down towards the bottom, this ground it's not level ground. So your bucket eventually digs into the gravel, digs into the ground, getting gravel, and you end up putting dirt and or mud on your driveway, and that's really not what you want. So he is telling her that he has stuff all the time out this way, and that he knows that there's an open invitation to come out here and dump it, just to let us know so we can spread it out. Hopefully we're around. Now, how often that's going to happen, I don't know. This right here, this amount should never happen. Now, whoever did these footers down here, like I said, they messed up bad. They should have probably ordered 2.5 yards. So it's hard telling how much they did order. But Like I said, that's I haven't measured it. Let me see here, just guess. 10. That's close to 20 foot long. And then about close to 10 foot out. And anywhere from 3 to 4 inches thick. That's a lot of free concrete. Now it doesn't have rebar in it and all that, but we're not going to be driving on it. We will just be either parking a vehicle on it or putting gravel on it. So it'll work out cool, especially for free. So if he does get to come back, we're just going to have him keep building out this way. If the tractor was working right now, to go ahead and move that gravel right there. I've already got a place I want to put it. I just haven't had time. But now the tractor's not working, it'd be great to be able to do that, but oh well. So we'll have them come out this way towards where I'm sitting, and we can comfortably fit 2 to 3 vehicles down here if we needed to. So that's a good deal. Okay. It has been almost 24 hours since I sprayed this first part. Here's my conclusion so far. It is working. As I mentioned before, could be one of 2 things. Either I didn't have my mixture right. I wouldn't think I'd have to stir it up because your sprayer hose goes all the way down to the bottom, which if the chemical is going to settle, it's going to settle on the bottom, which means it's going to get sucked up. Could be that if it does settle, that it gets used up quicker. I did not, as I was going along, I didn't like shake it and stir it, because I've never been told to do that. Maybe I should have. My other thing is, I believe the section that I weed eated and sprayed is acting faster than the section I didn't. Here's why I think that. Okay, now there is a lot of loose grass on there, and as soon as the sun hits it, which is going to be another at least an hour and a half probably, by the looks of the sun on the trees up there, then I will blow that grass off and see what I'm dealing with. Just being honest. And see, you got to keep in mind too, I don't have just a little area around my yard, a sidewalk. I mean, you can see what I'm dealing with. It's a huge area. So the reason that I use this stuff was you just do a mixture. It costs more. I bought a little 32 ounce jug and it was $20 something. The gallon jug, this is where I live now. It got it at Tractor Supply, and the gallon jug was $59 and something. So I wasn't prepared to spend that much if I don't know if it's going to work. So if I need to increase the dosage from what it recommends, I'll do that. But then you're coming back to the same amount of money I was spending. I was spending at Lowe's, the stuff I was getting, the refill jugs were like $10.99, and it's a gallon. Looks just like an antifreeze jug, more or less. So I might be better off just, if I'm going to do this, might be better off just to get that poured in my sprayer jug and do it that way. Or just weed eat it every once in a while. Because, I mean, literally, whenever I would use that stuff, it would start within 2 weeks tops. The grass was coming back up through I mean, I could do it once a month if I wanted to. Well, that's an expense that I'm not, willing to do. I'll just take my weed eater and weed it. Now this year it has gotten out of hand because I haven't had time to keep up with it. And with the way the rain has been, it just hadn't worked out. We've had so much rain this year. I'm sure you all have too, wherever you're at. So we're going to continue with the experiment and see how it goes. But as right now, weed-eated section browning up, unweed-eated section not browning up. So see how it goes. Okay, on to the lawnmowers. Okay, once again, this is leaking right here. And if you look real close, that's a nut right here. Just twists off. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to just take this loose, see if I can get this off, and take a closer look at it. Alright, there's a donut right here. I'm going to see if I can get this off and see if it's busted. If it is, easy fix if I can find one. I don't know if you can see it, but right here, alright, looks like my lens is dirty. Hold on a minute. And I'll show you this once I get it off. But right here, you can kind of see some creases in that gasket. It's probably just wore out. I don't think it's cracked and busted though. But let me get it off there and we'll take a closer look at it. Okay, I don't know if I can do this on with this camera or not. But if you look at this donut, you can see the creases from here on around to about here. You can see that crease. Hopefully you can see it. If not, believe me, trust me, it's there. Now, even though that's not a crack, these hydraulic hoses are under so much pressure that what I'm thinking is that fluid could get by that crease right there. I'm hoping that I'm right anyway, because there's not anything that's completely busted. If you can see, this side is rounded. This side right here is rounded. But you flip it over to this side and it's got the crease in it. I'm thinking that's where the fluid was leaking out. So I'm going to go to our local Tractor Supply and see if they have anything like that, because it's going to have to be the same type, which feels, it's rubber, what it feels like, and it's going to have to be the exact dimensions, or it won't quit leaking. So I may have to go to John Deere, which is not open today. So we'll either hopefully get it fixed today, or have to wait till next week, or if Robin has time, she can go there this week sometime. But hopefully that's going to be easy fix, because you look at the connector here, this connector, what that does, that obviously is on this other piece that has the threads, and it's supposed, let me see here, I'll hold it up here. Sorry about my camera work. It is what it is. So that's on that the threaded piece there, and it comes down on top and seals right here. Is what it does. And you tighten it down. What it looks like, for the way that crease is, that it had slipped part of the way down in there, like so. Probably what happened, because that's crease, you can see it. Now when it was brand new, it wouldn't make a difference, but as it gets older, it does make a difference. Here's the next part of the story we just thought of this morning, or I did, is you look at this fitting, okay? See that fitting? And then you look at this fitting down here. They're not the same. I'm thinking that's the original. And we've had a hose worked on here. I'm thinking that this was on. They've replaced this hose, I think, is what they did. I think they've replaced the positive hose. And it had this connector already on it, which, you know, matches up. That's fine. What I'm getting at is I think this is the replacement hose and this donut wore out. There's the original hose and it's still working. But unless I can find a receipt, which we kept everything, it's somewhere. You know how that goes. I'm thinking this should be free, but I don't know. How much is that going to cost? Can't be too much. But if we have to go to the John Deere place, it probably will not be cheap. It's just the way it goes. Alright. Now, I'm not going to go to town right now. I'm going to go over here and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing on our toy belt riding mower, 42-inch. Okay, here's the next thing. Our blade shroud, the shaft has messed up. For whatever reason, it came out. I guess there's some parts messed up, so what it does just flops up and down. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to get a new shroud, but if I can get pieces for that, I'll do that too, but I don't know how that's going to work. So I know that you can take the deck off, but I'm going to try to do it the way I've done it. Is I've got it sitting up on some boards, better than a jack. And I'm going to attempt to take the shroud loose, get it off here without taking the deck off. I just wanted to see if I can do it. I believe I can do it. Let's see what happens. I remember what I had to do last time was get a cheater bar, but the shroud wasn't broke either. So let me see if I can figure something out here. Alright guys, I tried everything on this, had it jacked up and everything. This bolt or the blade would not come loose. So what I did was took the guard off, wedged a piece of wood in here so it wouldn't move, WD'd the heck out of it, put a cheater bar on, and just now broke it loose. Been working on it for about an hour. Even fell off the jack here. As you, I don't know, hold on a second. Even fell off the jack. I was trying to get it up high enough to where I could put my impact wrench on it, on the bottom where the blade's at. But with it being loose, like, you know, it's flopping up and down, it wouldn't work. Anyway, I got it loose. Now I'll take the spindle off, be able to get everything out. Then I'll probably jack it back up because the other screws holding the shroud in come from the bottom, but they hopefully won't be too bad. Camera at the right angle. Don't need that anymore. clean that while I got it out. And let me jack it back up a little bit. And get the blade out, take the shroud loose. Alright, I got the blade out finally. There's some room here. And all this right here came out of the bottom of the blade shroud. So it all broke loose, and this was just flopping up and down. There wasn't anything holding it in except for the spindle. So let me get shroud out. I'm probably just gonna have to get a new one, I would say. See what happens. That's not good. Snapped it off. That's really good, isn't it? Now what do you do? Probably gonna have to take the deck off now. Well, hopefully get the other three out. The only good thing is I think it broke off, yeah, up in there, so I might be able to drill it out if I can get the other ones out safely. It's turning, but I don't know if it's breaking turning. Yep, I believe it did. Yep. There's two that just will not come out. Alright guys, I got it out. Broke every one of the bolts off, but luckily we're just going to be getting a new one. So hopefully it comes with bolts. If not, I'll have to get some for sure. I'll try to measure with a tape measure. I don't know about the threads though, I can't see the threads. So we'll figure that out later. But all the parts were right here on the blade. So an O-ring or something, or just old, busted out. So I would say just get a brand new one. That's what I'm gonna say. Probably can't get it right now, but at least I can see if they have it here at the local store. If not, we'll order one off the internets, get it that way. So what I'm going to do now is run to town, see about getting that donut for the John Deere. Okay, I went to town and got some O-rings. I have one that I think is too small and one I think is almost right on it, but I'm not sure. So I got both sizes. I'm gonna see if either one of them fits. I kept the original too, in case I didn't get John Deere. And I think that one is way too small. I think this is it right here. I do. You see that? It looks like a good fit. The only thing I'm wondering is this one's thicker, but maybe it's because of being compressed. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So let me put this back on. wish I had opening wrenches this big, but I don't. So I have to use channel locks, which will work. It's just, you know, I'd rather have the opening wrench. I'm not sure how you're supposed to torque this down, or it's about as tight as I think I can get it. So let me snap this back together. Such a bad spot. There it is. All right, now see what happens. All right, so far what it was doing yesterday was, even when you weren't using the hydraulics, with it just flowing through, it was still leaking some. Not much, but it was. So right now, it appears like it's not leaking any. So let me try something out here and see what happens. It's hard for me to use something and look at the same time. Remember, it's going to be leaking right here when it leaks. Well, I guess you'll see it when it does leak. Right here. I'm not seeing any leaking right now. I believe that got it. All right. It is not leaking. Man, what a quick fix. And shout out to the Tractor Supply. They don't have a whole lot, but they got some O-rings, hydraulic stuff. Not a whole lot, but they got quite a few different sizes. And I guess, you know, that's a pretty common size. So, and it was 3/32 thick. I thought it was going to be too thick, but I think it's just where it was new. It hadn't been compressed yet. And it was 11/16 inside diameter, 7/8 outside. So I got a whole pack of them. Maybe I'll get lucky in some of these smaller. They were just $3.30 something cents, I believe, a pack. So it's it worked out okay. And you know, you get to use them again someday. Hopefully not, but they're here if we need them. Trick is keeping up with them. All right, well, at least I got that one fixed. Yeah, here we are. The blade shroud, I've already been online few weeks ago, just kind of snooping around, and I saw some, and I took a wire brush to clean that one off, you know, thinking or hoping that there'd be some kind of part number or something on it, but I didn't see anything. I may try it a little bit more. I was kind of in a hurry, excuse me, because I wanted to go to town and get these O-rings so we can at least keep cutting grass with a John Deere, which, I don't know, it doesn't look too bad right now, really. It could be cut, but we haven't had much rain, so I think we'll just let it grow for right now. But anyway, at least we had that option until we get, Robin loves that Troy belt. Her brother, her brother tried to give it to her, but she gave him some money for it. So it kind of means a lot to her. So it won't be too bad to fix. So just getting the part. I feel like I'm close to the camera. Am I close to the camera? So that's going to end this video. I got some more stuff I could do, but it's already, I think it's close to 4 o'clock. I like to shut her down at kind of early by the end of the weekend, so I can get ready to go back to work on Monday. I may come back out. It's the hardest part right now. I'm underneath the lean-to down here, but it's really hot today too. It's 90s. I know it's at least 90. Probably hotter than that because the humidity feels like it's coming back up again. But I may get to her this evening, but don't hold me to that. I know my wife doesn't. So luckily, you know, my wife understands because I work outside a lot. I haven't been working outside much this summer. Thank goodness. But anyway, I'm rambling on now. It must be getting hot. So we're going to shut this video down. I've got some ideas rolling through my head for the future. One of them's pretty big news, but we'll wait till the next video or so to mention that. And but I've had some other stuff I haven't even told Robin about yet. So I want to roll it around in my head a little bit. So be pretty big news too if we did that. So anyway, we're going to wrap it up, and we thank you for watching as always, and we hope you come back again. If you haven't subscribed, we hope you subscribe. If you haven't hit the like button, I'm not going to say smash it like a lot of people do, but if you do like the videos, we appreciate it if you hit the like button. Supposedly they say it helps your channel. I have no idea, but there's only a few things I know of that helps you as far as YouTube. That's subscribers. So if you hadn't subscribed, please do. And video hours. And it seems to me like the more subscribers you have, the more video hours you get. So anyway, we'll see you later. Have a good week, a good weekend. God bless. Catch you on the next one.